Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Titans, Season 1, Episode 10, Koriand'r. One word, not Koriand'rs. And overall, this was a good episode. So this episode was a continuation of Episode 8, like the direct continuation. Like Episode 9, the whole Hank and Dawn thing was really good, but it was just really odd, and it was just kind of a step backwards. Whereas this just, boom, completely flows right into it, where it immediately picks up with Kori choking Rachel because she just healed her brain, which we saw her, like, as she was being choked, kind of, or before technically, I guess she was choked, calling out to Hank and Dawn, and then immediately, like, it kind of jumps to Kori grabbing her throat. Gar kind of breaks him up, and then Kori just immediately goes for Gar. So one of the tropes that I don't necessarily really like is, of course, Dick and Donna show up at the exact perfect time. They bust in the door. Donna uses the lasso and kind of grabs Kori with it and is like, stop, and everything kind of calms down. Which, I mean, just to see that lasso, it kind of gave me goosebumps a little bit, because I was getting Wonder Woman flashbacks. And of course, Gar, who's the fanboy, is like, you're Wonder Girl. And she's like, nah, I used to be. Which is kind of a great scene. From there, Agatha's basically like, hey, or Angela, I said Agatha. Angela, Rachel's mom, was like, hey, I want her out of my house, like, right the fuck now. And so Kori's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go. And so she leaves. And again, the scene just instantly took me right out, because we see Rachel start crying, and it was the fakest cry ever. Like, it didn't seem right. Like, it was just really, really odd. So Kori takes off, and what I love is Donna, like, throws, like, a little star, which is kind of Wonder Woman's trademark, and, like, it goes in the car, and she's like, what, you think you're the only one with cool gadgets? Which is a clear shout out to Batman and having all, like, his superpowers being rich. And I mean, realistically, like, it would make sense that Wonder Woman and her sidekick have a lot of cool gadgets, because especially Wonder Woman, like, way back when she was first created, couldn't fly, and she had the invisible jet. And then, I mean, they do come from, like, Themyscira, so they should have some sort of really cool technology. So it would make sense. We slowly start realizing things are not what they seem, where Gar starts seeing blood, like, all over his face, and he starts seeing the guy that he bit. The phones don't start working, so instantly, like, you start getting this bad feeling, like, okay, something's really weird about to happen. We find Kori's ship, which was a badass scene, and so Kori's finally, like, her memories are just flooding back at this point. Trigon is finally named. Like, it took us 10 episodes, but we finally know Rachel's father is the demon Trigon. Or I guess they haven't really said demon, but they've named him Trigon. So we were slowly getting more and more into that mythology, into those character development. So that was fantastic. And I love how they find out that while they're pulling up all of this, like, details of Rachel and her mom and her dad and all of this other stuff, and they're like, don't they look kind of cozy? Like, this is a family affair. And boom, there's the big twist that Angela is actually in on this, and that she's been part of it. So it's, like, super interesting. Gar, of course, gets sick, and the part about this episode I hate was Angela's high school best friend was the cop, and, like, he's the most useless character, and it's the most cliche, where, of course, they're flirting when they first get there, and then he shows up at the worst possible time, and she's like, oh, now I gotta kill you, and she even says, she's like, I was really looking forward to that drink, but I'm in a relationship. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So, like, that whole part, I didn't need it. Like, it was so bad, and it was so cliche, and it just, like, nope, just could have brushed that whole part out. Would have cut, like, 5-10 minutes out of the episode, wouldn't have missed it. Let's see, who is it? It's Donna, Kori, and Dick are all talking about Rachel and how she's the only one who can actually defeat her father if she completes the 400 trials. And I was like, the fuck is that? Like, their season 2 right there is going to be those trials. I can almost guarantee it. So of course, like, because Gar's sick, Angela talks Rachel into summoning her father, and he does, and he cures Gar, and everybody's happy, and everything ends well. That means well, whatever. And of course, so the three get to the house and it's invisible, and Dick is able to just run into the house, and Angela's like, is it time to eat the world? Like, bitch, calm down. Like, all sorts of crazy stuff is happening. And Donna brings up, like, why can Dick get through this portal, but we can't? And so Kori and Donna are stuck outside. Gar, Rachel, and Dick are stuck inside. And then we got the crazy parents, like, controlling everything. Like, this would have been the perfect season finale. Like, if it just stopped right there, I would have been screaming at my TV, like, why is season 2 not out yet? Which season 2 just came out, which is why I blitzed through this whole thing. So you guys watching this probably know more about it than I do. But I thought it was a really good episode, and I was really into it. For those who have seen this one, what did you guys think? Do you think they should have stopped here for the season 1 finale? Or are you glad they did one more episode? Go ahead, let me know, and I will see you guys next time for Dick Grayson.